Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the lab. This is kind of part two of my profiles from LCS6 that I have just played. I just ended today. In this part two profiles, after I've already go through all my decks, all my everything like details in the deck. I kind of want to do like some commentary for kind of the two matches that I really think it's very good to show how really my deck works in action. These are the two Swiss rounds I played in the during the LCS. This one I think it's the first round, round three, and I had two run by, so this is technically my first run of LCS. So I guess without further ado, let's just let me show everyone what really happened in this is actually a very crazy game at least, and let me show let's without further ado, let's start to see what really happened. So we did dice roll. If you watch the profile, you know I didn't have I didn't win any single rock paper scissors in the entire Swiss. And this is the first round I played, and I somehow actually got paired down. So I got two run by. I'm 2-0. He's actually 1-1 over there, and he's playing Mac and Vogue, the going second, and he decided to let me go first. As you see in his hand first, that's a pretty fucking good going second hand with four hand traps. And spoilers are, his six cards was actually Meltdown. So he actually has Exodia in hand. Then let's see my hand. My hand is also a weird combination of everything. So I look at my hand, I was like, there's a couple things. Drag down I have to give up something in my hand by discarding it. And exchange will kind of forever get rid of a card in my hand. And obviously, I'm gonna do is I will be specialing red layer, and there's no way. Like, think about it. If I drag down pitch something, I drew something good, then I won't be able to use exchange because I want to keep something good, right? Also, the gear free most likely in center graveyard. He's if I drag down first, there's no way he sends smoke grenade because that's a free summon for gear free afterwards. So my play would just be I set exchange, I activate drag down. I was shocked after looking at his hand. I was really shocked after looking at his hand. And I was like, you know what? I think I somehow able to play into it. Uh, he pitched my gear free. I pitch his gamma. The gamma is the one that's like hardest to play against. So after that, I did drew a very good card top deck, and like I said, invoke players. He does drew his Alisters, and now I have to play into three hand traps. So what I did, I set the other. I actually charged first, grabbed the Durando. Then set the Durando. I exchanged. I gave up the smoke grenade because think about it. If I already look at all his hand, technically I already know what's there. I don't really need to resolve smoke grenade. I mean, obviously I will if I want to. Oh no, obviously if I want to I will, but I couldn't anymore. I have to give up. I have to give up the smoke grenade to do this. So I searched Durando, exchange, gave up the smoke grenade, took his ogre. Uh, it's a very risky play by leaving both Nib and Perm because I can easily get destroyed by that, right? But at the same time, uh, having the Ogre, because remember, I did normal summon. So I can easily force out Imperm, then Nib, then normal summon the Ogre, make Fiber and full combo afterwards. So that's essentially what happened. I grab Renault, special Renault here, so I'd never normal summon. Grab the Gear Free. He didn't Imperm me, I go into if I don't summon. He probably think he can just hold both Nib and Perm until way later and drop it on me. After I have like even one negate on the board, which the idea is correct, but I think he's just not really familiar with how Infernoble works. How well technically no one really familiar with Infernoble works, since this is the first big tournament set for after the balance, right? So I go Mewtwo, summon Gamba, and I drop across. At this point, he realized something he probably fucked up because all I can do is uh, Gamba and 2 token into Arclight. Add back the Phoenix Blade, then drop gear free, equip the Phoenix Blade, then have defense from Bowls, Imperm, and Nib, and all I need to do is normal Ogre make fiber, and that's probably good enough. So I think he kind of just rushed without thinking too much. He nipped first without. You couldn't really have even a point to use Imperm, honestly. So I get everything. I just normal Ogre, and I start comboing. This is the part where I just need a Quandux because I'm doing like sort of single fiber. And single fiber, when I get to Aurora down, my board is 1-3-3-3 with nothing else. At this point, the specific step is actually going to Quandux and tribute the other 2 tokens to free zones and delay the power 2 dragon. So I'm gonna power 2 after I summon Cold Wind, and power 2 gonna grant me the Living Fossil. Like this game, it's the same as Living Fossil and DDR. Because what's it called? I'm reviving Gamba anyway, and so it's the same. But there are games where I need to, instead of I don't even have Gamba. Like imagine he impermed either the cross or no. Imagine he impermed is sold. I will be forced to make a formula synchron after like cross and fiber, and at that point, let me see. At that point, I will be forcing to Living Fossil the formula back as a level 2, where Phoenix Blade couldn't banish the formula, therefore DDR is not really working. That's like a strong example here where why Living Fossil is better than DDR, because DDR doesn't work a lot of times. So I just keep full comboing, then if you've watched all the combo video, then you should know this is like the ending board I'm getting to. And fun fact, since my smoke grenade is in his hand, well, my charge can rip his hand, but I know his hand is like kind of falling apart already from like my drag down exchange. Therefore, all I need to do is just clear the Nibiru, and I mean, charge does do that, and it does pop everything on the board. So I just grab my follow-ups. I made a mistake. I think I mailed the wrong equip. I didn't realize I banished the Durendo. So when I was resolving Charles, I didn't realize I don't have Durendo in the graveyard. So in order for me to equip another thing from the deck, I need to equip something from my hand. Because Charles does equip from my hand, so I just kind of wasted the Phoenix Blade. Or technically, I should just mail the Durendo instead of the Living Fossil. But it's like these are minor things already. So it does matter slightly, but at the end you realize it really didn't. So now as my ending board, I have one Omni Negate, one Monster Negate, one Pop with Roland Charles against I know his entire hand by these cards. So I know the Imperm gonna force out like either Gear Free or Savage, which I was expected. And he's Meltdown gonna punch a big hole here. I just don't know how he's getting there. So it really depends on what he draw for turn. And I pass turn. He's very lucky. You see, his 6 cards was Meltdown and 7 cards was Blue Sky. Invoke players. I proceed. He going to main phase then Imperm. I just let it go because I was thinking he's playing a going second deck. All right. What are the chance he does top deck like a 3T here? See, if I Savage negate the 3T, he can just go 3T, take gear free, and my Charles is dead. From oh wait, he can just 3T, take my gear free, equip my own smoker into the gear free, so it has equip. Then my Charles Roland gonna be dead. All he need to do is just melt down Alistair. Right? So I was like, I think it's better to just let it go for the Savage. It didn't really matter, like for the negate for next turn and the attack boost. So I let it go. He melt down. I have let it go. He go Alistair. Alistair is like almost a guaranteed negate because I can't afford myself being like El Mirage, Purgatorio, attack, 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 attack. So I negated with Alistair, and he dropped a blue sky. And see, this deck just you have to think so far ahead to know how to play around Mech Knights because everything form equips and equips former columns. So very unfortunately, I have to let him search, and he sent my smoke grenade and just start special summon things. Uh, I know because I saw the Rainbow Dragon, right? So I was trying to save the Roland for what's called but Anaconda. Because I know this set of smoke grenade, like the second he dropped blue sky, every card from his side are clear. And if I pop any monster, because I couldn't pop blue sky, just activate and Charles activating your new chain. So I couldn't really pop it, even I chain Roland. And what else? My bet, let me think. Because I know he has both indigo and purple, so even I Roland equipped to Charles pop my Sesmo grenade, which I think that was wrong. He should activate it, so I couldn't really easily pop it. If I pop it, I have to give up a hand, which is very why is this happening? um, so wait a second. If I pop his smoke grenade, do I get the rip? Because they activate my gravy, right? Yeah, it does. So I guess he's right. So if I imagine I pop the face down smoke grenade, he can just go battle phase, crush blue sky to Aurora down, take 100. Main phase 2, drop indigo. Then move indigo, drop purple. Use indigo and purple, make Anaconda. Anaconda Rainbow Neos wipe my board. So that was like, I kind of want to prevent that. And I didn't expect what he's going to do after. He made a Dingears and decided to send my Charles. And I was like, you know what? You got me on there, but I couldn't have anything to do to prevent it anyway. Also, he's like passed with nothing, and I have a strong follow up in my hand. So yeah, then he made Anaconda Rainbow Neos. The good part is, since everything from his side is clear, I know I won't die, and Red Layer Renault is a strong follow up. So these Rainbow Neos send the monster, shuffle back everything. Honestly, let me see. If he's like thinking so far ahead, he could just like instead of shuffling, I think he's better play probably beat over my gear free than mill something, shuffle my whole graveyard. That could even be better. No way, I would just combo again at that point, right? Yeah, I'll just combo again because I do have. Oh, yeah, never mind. So yeah, I think he made the play. He just couldn't even like. I know the set is smoke grenade. I know Limboni is not gonna do anything my turn. It's not Dragon. He attacked for 45. I take it on the face and pass turn. So I topped that Durando, but so my initial plan was like drop Red Layer, drop Renault back DDR, Phoenix Blade banish Charles, and DDR the Charles back. Then I was like, he has Neos Fusion, which is a protection for his Rainbow Neos. At that point, I won't be able to clear the Rainbow Neos this turn, since it's the attack is so high, I can't even beat over it. And the next turn, he can just easily activate its effect using turn play priority, and I was just forced to take an effect for Rainbow Neos because Roland only activating main phase. Therefore, my play was like, I think I just have to re-access Gear Free and then Gear Free the Rainbow Neos because nothing else really able to do that. So I go access Archer, Relier Archer, and Renault re-access Gear Free. And yeah, so I just go Battle Phase, take his Rainbow Neos. I'm actually kind of out of extra, and there's really nothing I can synchro summon or link summon that benefits me. I don't have more tuners in the left in the graveyard. I mean, left in the deck because I use both 001 and Gemba. Because otherwise, if I do have everything like infinite things, I can just go Renault and Odger into fiber out tuner, fiber tuner red layer into axis. If I do have the tuner and axis, which I don't have either. So all I can do is punch for some damage, then main phase two make a fiber, and hope I can tag out into like a formula draw another card. So yeah. Then I was like, all right, his board is clear. It's a smoke grenade set, nothing on the board. If he summon Alistair, is being negated by Gear Free. What's the worst possible card he can draw? Of course, the Invocation. Fuck me. Yep, so he topped the Invocation. I thought he's making Ogle or whatever. Didn't realize he's. I didn't realize I'm down to 35 already. So I forgot I didn't change the Roland and let him make the Purgatorio. So obviously he add back the Invocation, he add back the Alistair. He cannot normal Alistair because if he does, I'll negate it. It just waste it. He also cannot activate Alistair because it will be the same thing. And then I count the attack. I was like, maybe I fucked up after getting rid of the losing the Roland, right? Then I realized 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My gear free is at 35 because I equip his Rainbow Neos. He's Purgatorio because I have 6 cards is also at 35. And I'm kind of forced to Alistair. I'm kind of like locked to Alistair, and that's Smoke Grenade set. So his Purgatorio actually doesn't clear the gear free here, which is very surprisingly to me. And then I calculate the damage to see if I can die. This is 35 on 15, which is no, this is 35 on 2K. That's 15. They'll dropping down to 2K, but then I'll have one less card, and they will drop to 33. So as long as I fiber, I can just leave. I'm fine with 2 monsters because I will be down to 200. And if I tag out fiber, I can summon out anything that's like 16 defense or higher. No, 14 defense or higher, and it will still be fine. I mean, it did took me like a whole minute and a half to reprocess everything that I just said. So, so I just let him go battle phase. I thought about quite long. I thought about just tag out into Marcher, and Marcher with no effect sits there because it has 22 defense. But I was like, I mean, it's dropped down to 900 is the same as drop down to 200 as long as I'm not dying. And if I go into formula like I did here, I get to draw another card, and one more card means more chance. I drew a connector and I realized I'd never used Dolphin. So yeah. So I took huge damage. And obviously I don't have a level 7 synchro to summon into. Power 2 is in the graveyard. So yeah, that's so I couldn't lower the monster. I just took the damage. Because I kind of locked the Alistair with my gear free. Yeah, so I'm dropped down to 200 with him at 2K. He couldn't clear the gear free. He couldn't even use the Alistair, so he set the Alistair. And that's fair, because next turn I can't really easily punch 2K without doing anything, right? I technically don't have a known follow up. He starred. Oh, Ice Draw. See, he can top deck an Invocation. I can also top deck a Chalice. So I just go Chalice, grab Renault. Renault grab DDR, and Connector, Dolphin. These gonna make Savage here, and the DDR gonna get my DDR, and DDR will get my Charles back, and trigger Charles at the same time, and pop everything and attack just for game. That's essentially what happened. So yeah, this was game 1. Very funny game 1. It was a very the fact that I'm playing to 4 hand traps is very I even got impressed by how I did that. So I started game 2 and I kind of predicted he's gonna let me go first, and I look at my hand, was like, this is definitely not as good as the game 1 hand. There's no cards that rip his hand. I have 001 and second copy of Chalice, and the dead DDR was, like I said, there's no way to banish anything. So I'm pretty much playing with like two cards in hand, and yeah, surprisingly, he has a lot of hand traps. Surprisingly, so I just fast forward this one because this literally nothing much to recover. Uh, yeah, there's really nothing. Oh, here I made a mistake. I so because I go Archer, Mill, Renault, and the Living Fossil about to banish it, then what I'm supposed to do is sold Mill, Phoenix Blade, and Durando instead of Smoke Grenade. Then after if that happens, I can DDR the Renault back and access the Durando, and Durando gonna give me Oliver. That's another extender here, right? But I got impermed, and I realized if I DDR here, my Renault is not getting anything real because I used the Living Fossil already, and DDR was on the board. And at that point, I don't have access to any tuner and almost something already. Gear Free was search fine, so it's dead. Chalice is being activated for the first copy, so I'm just fizzled there. I had to pass. But ultimately, if even I did a misplay and milled the Durendo, he still have Vader and Gamma as backup, so I will be died anyway. And yeah, right. All he need to do is just Alistair. Like even he cleared my whole board and there was nothing. He could just go set an invocation under the Elmirage special summon the Eclipse will be the same because I know uh Anaconda, Macabre Rainbow Neos plus Alistair is AK. That's essentially what happened. Yeah, that was game two. Very quick game two. I failed to play into things. And let's start game three. It's another fun game. So I was like evaluating his deck backwards after the match ended. I was like, why am I seeing a Red Eyes fusion when clearly it was Neo's fusion for game one and two, right? And I realized, oh, he probably thinking I'm letting him go first, and he has the Rainbow Dragon package in the main, Red Eyes package in the side, and he swapped them for going first and second, which makes sense. And he probably was thinking I'm letting him go first. That's why he kept the Red Eye Fusion. But ultimately, I still say my deck is hit hard or go hard or go home. So I went first anyway, and my hand was pretty good, pretty good, honestly. DDR is kind of see that's another reason why I just prefer Living Fossil over DDR because Living Fossil combo is Odger better. So what I do is I go Odger, like you stopping Odger is like a super risky thing because you can easily get punished since Odger is like very replaceable and like most ideal is hitting on like a Soul Fiber Cross. So I milled Oliver. I thought about mill Durando at the beginning because I saw Gear Free. Then I was like, I have DDR in hand. I'm milling Oliver. So I equipped the Oliver, then dropped my Gear Freed by banishing the equipped Oliver because it is treating as an equipped card while it's equipping the back row. Then at this point, see, my DDR is alive, and I can DDR into a tuner extender. I have both drag down exchange. I only need to resolve exchange because drag down has a chance he top deck another hand trap. All I need to do is activate exchange to look at his hand, how many hand traps over there, took the one that's most impactful, and give him the drag down that doesn't do anything. So I took the gamma, and I know his entire hand. I was like, all right, all I need to do is play into an Ash. That's easy. I started with DDR because I'm trying to keep the gear free at the end, and I realized at the end, after the match ends, I realized it's probably a mistake because I know there's an Ash. The ideal case to do is just straight link Odger and gear free into his soul. Do things, then he gonna Ash this soul. I'm gonna DDR the tuner back and make fiber regularly, and just completely give up the gear free, which is fine because one majority of things I need to negate are like spells anyway, like Red Eyes Fusion 3T. So I didn't think that much because I kind of rushed myself a little bit since I did spend a long time thinking. So yeah, that's what happened. He he saw the gear free on the board, uh, but he saw the gear free on the board, but therefore he decided to instead of ash the second effect, he ashed the first effect, which is surprising is annoying to this current state because Because think about it. When I have a gear free on the board, the only combo I can realistically do is the mill two. But the mill two require I have the red layer search from its soul. So if I still do mill two, I'm gonna have like a Tatsunoko sitting there and not able to make Omega, and I will actually clog my zones. So after he asked the first of, I was like, this actually is surprisingly annoying here. Uh, And I didn't practice that like the combo where I just assume I never have access to the soul search. So I kind of just hurried a little bit. I rushed myself a little bit. I can easily just skip link cross, go Gamba and his soul into fiber 001. After 001, after Aurora down, my board will be 13339. And I can just still end with full combo by skipping cross because I just don't need it. And if I do that way, my ending board will be no Savage. Charles Arclight Gear Free. But on the other hand, if I just straight go, let me see what's the other way I can do. I think that's probably the ideal way, honestly. Let me see. The other way to do it is instead of I also bring. There's another way at this point where I use Marcher to bring back. Oh, instead of summoning 2 tokens, I summon 1 token and use Marcher to bring back Oliver. Leave Oliver on the board. Use Marcher cross into fiber out 001, then 001 gear free into the second fiber. Use double fiber into Aurodon. After Aurodon, my board will be 13334. That board is Savage Charles Hold. So I have two more, like I have one more spell negation compared to gear free over Savage. So I realized this after I already summoned 2 tokens, like one step late. So I was like, all right, now I have to keep the gear free on the board. I just don't have choice. Honestly, this link cross step is completely skippable at this point. Infernoble is hard. Synchro summon is very hard. I'm not really that good at synchro summon, to be honest. Make Tatsu. At this point, I'm just like trying to empty my own zones, which is looking very terrible here. My the things I was doing is definitely it's definitely not flawless at all. Like I wasted 1, 2, 3, 4 extra death space to do nothing. So postal order down 13339, and this I know that these 4 are gonna form a arc like Charles. And yeah, that's another reason why I want 3 living fossil, because here I will be Reven Gemba, so it will be the same. Alright. So next is just standard combos. So yeah, this is the end board. I already used Oliver at the beginning, so I was like, I don't really care about Oliver. I could just equip another Oliver from the deck, so I banish it from the Phoenix Blade. Then going to end phase, I equip the Oliver. I equip Augur, then I equip Oliver. Search Renault. It's very important now because having Renault and DDR in the graveyard means I can access every warrior existing in the graveyard, as long as I have Phoenix Blade somewhere. So even if Charles dies, I can always just trigger Renault DDR, then Phoenix Blade banish Charles and DDR the Charles back. So yeah, that was my plan for the follow-ups because I don't have 1 gear free, right? And end phase results Smoke Grenade Locust in his hand. I think the card that's the hardest to play around with 3T because I have to care so much about it. If it resolve, it's always kind of trouble. And Red Fusion is has huge restrictions. So I ripped the 3T. Dragdown doesn't do anything. Dragdown also conflict with Blue Sky, so I don't even care about the other 2. Nah, so he top deck a deck card, which is good to me. He set Red Eyes Fusion. I was like, okay. I don't care about the set cards at this point. He go drag down. Obviously, pitch my Renault. It should get banished, but didn't matter. I look at his hand. All right, he said the Red Alert Fusion. I know it's there. Pitch the Blue Sky because that invocation is dead. And he drew another deck card. I mean, technically, like I can negate a Red Eyes Fusion. Even he top deck like Alistair, I can negate with his Gear Freed, and he invocation. I will just pop whatever he's summoning afterwards. So it will. It doesn't even matter. Yeah, it doesn't even matter because the things that I'm negating Alistair summon, he's not getting El Mirage. Therefore, my Charles pop is always like getting rid of the monster. So yeah, this was the first match. It's already a long video. I will be covering a second match. Well, I think this one is relatively quicker. Yeah, this one's relatively quicker because there's less back and forth game. So this is the last one. The previous one was the first round of my tournament. This is actually my last round of the tournament. I was playing Cameron Neal, one of my good friend and one of the best players I know. It's he and we were both X2 going to the final rounds. Pretty much winner gets top cut, loser go home. That's the situation. And yeah, it's very like unlucky. Me and Cam get to face each other at the final round on bubble, which neither of us really like to see this, honestly. But it can't happen. It did happen. It can always happen in a tournament. That's how tournament works. So I guess let's start. I again lost the dice roll, and I know he's playing dragons. I know he's playing dragons. I look at my hand and was like, this is such a perfect hand going first, but I'm going second. And however, he just go pass. So I was like, okay, maybe I have a chance now. I go no more Oliver. I mean, no more Archer. My top deck doesn't even matter because I know I have two copies. So I drew this cold win. Even I like the chance of me drew another cold win is like 1 out of 34. That's like 3%, right? It's not gonna happen. So I milled Durando. Probably gonna. The reason I milled Durando is like if I mill Gear Free, then this Renault is like worth to Gamma. And if I do get Gamma here, I might losing. I have to top that into like something with the drag down. But if I mill Durando, this Renault looks like significantly weaker, and I might be able to just telling him, even he has Gamma, which I assume he does because he just straight pass, right? I can just give him a hint where my hand looks kind of my hand like either already have gear free or it's the Renault is not like worth to for him to gamma. The gamma should still be safe on his sold. So that's the signal, that kind of the false signal I sent to him by milling Durando instead of milling gear free. Also, Million Givery, I can't even summon it because I will force to drag down exchange and give it away. So, might as well just get Durando and set it, right? So I got Durando. I set both Durando, DDR, and exchange because I want to like he's playing a dragon deck. Realistically, for the chance for a dragon deck straight pass means he has so many hand traps. He definitely have like two or more. I was assuming like Gamma, at least Gamma was something. So I was like, I need to resolve both exchange and drag down. So I go drag down first. I already have pretty much everything I need to combo. So I don't really care. Even I do something good, I can always give it up for exchange. Like after I drag down. Like the only thing I kind of worry is if I drag down into draw, then my Durando is kind of dead. But at the same time, I doubt he's maining that draw. It's possible, but I just say if he has it, he has it. If he has it, maybe I just force to rip it. That's also possible. So I drag down. I pitch the cold one because that's the only card in my hand. I look at his hand. I was like, all right, this does look like an unfortunate going first dragon hand. Nib is the hardest to play around here. Get rid of Nib. And I drew, of course. Nice card, right? Nice card. Always drag down into Midbreaker. But that's fine because I can always just pass it to my opponent. There you go. Have fun with the mid breaker. And all I need to do is take either Imperm or Ash. And I forgot. I took Imperm because Ash is Imperm like deals more situation. Ash is relatively less. Like the only thing you can Ash is fiber and assault, right? And but you can Imperm almost everything, like cross marcher also included. So I just was like, oh, I know his entire hand, and I know all everything I have. I just go Isolde Surge, let it pass, then Isolde Mewtwo, obviously. Well, actually, he knows I have Durendo, so I'm gonna Isolde Mewtwo, Mil Phoenix Blade, he's gonna Ash, and I just flip Durendo, summon Oliver, and that's game. So yeah, so we both know each other, what's gonna happen, so he just scoop. Very straightforward game. Game two, um, a psychic soldier that rides into battle against the security forces on currents of lightning using an autonomic amplifier called Cyphering. Look at my hand, it's garbage. Next game. He full combo me. He full combo me. I didn't even finish the combo. I just straight scoop. Game three, I went first. I was lucky. Look at my hand first. This hand is very good. Uh, Heritage plus Durendo, I can combo through a lot of things. Exchange have a good fodder because I have a second copy of Chalice. I can easily give it up. Dolphin can even get rid of anything I took from the exchange. So that's like another free thing. So what I did was I normal Dolphin. Technically, I don't even need to set the other Chalice because I could just say, oh, I have two Chalice. Pick the one you like. So I exchange, gave him the chalice, and I look at his hand. I was like, let me rip like one hand trap. And I look at it, I was like, all right, there's none. That's even better. I took his quick launch and I joked with him. I was like, how mad you will be if I actually activate quick launch and bring out the tracer and set it in. Nah, I didn't. There's no space. I thought about it. I did thought about it. So I go, might as well Dolphin hit 500 and then Dolphin 500 ripped the black metal and flip. Uh, and I flip both Durendo and Chalice, and we both know it's full combo, and that's game. And I after a full combo, and I rip another like safer that he has no way to come back after against like I think my ending board will be. Let me see. This ending board is probably Savage Charles Arclight Gearfried. If I wait, no, I don't have a Gearfried. It's just Savage Charles Arclight, and I'm gonna rip one of the end phase, rip the safer. The Chalice is dead in his hand. He has Brotor and Recharger and against everything I have. So yeah, that's game. So pretty much he just drew his top deck and instant scoop. That's essentially how it went for uh, the final round for game three. It's unfortunate he drew the hand he won for game one during game three, and he drew the hands he won for game three during game one. And both times he just couldn't really do anything against what I'm doing. So yeah, this is essentially the part two. These are the two matches. I think it really showed how my current build of nobles really working the way I want it to be, and it does demonstrate how like this how strong how crazy the power is for this specific build going when it's going first. Um, it's unfortunate I do lost in top 16, and that match is just I don't even want to show the replay. Long story short, game one, I have a 67% chance to hit Living Fossil with my power tool because I have to pitch one at the beginning with Oliver, and I failed to hit it for I hit the 33% chance I couldn't full combo at the end. Game two, I opened double cold win with that's a 1.3% chance of happening. So that's it. That's my top 16. So yeah, that's my LCS trip, and these are the good matches I want to cover, and hope everyone like this kind of me explaining everything, the thought process behind it, and if you have any questions, any comments, feel free to feel free to like comment down below in the comment section. If you are interested in the deck list and you have not checked the part one, the deck list is actually in the profile, in the deck profile in part one of the video. That's probably being posted like what, the day before this, like either on the same day or day before this commentary video being posted. So yeah, just go dive in the channel, focus on the lab reports. If you're also interested in like different combos, I did make a couple combo videos, pretty much including every possible combos I was doing, and those are also already being uploaded like a week prior to this. So yeah, if you like this kind of video, this kind of lab report, if you beneficial, helpful to whatever you're doing, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and follow my Twitch and join Discord. And I guess that's it. That's my trip to the LCS, and I will see you in the lab in the future. See you.